single. You'll visit in my neighborhood.
Adam Smith, the father of capitalism, influenced the great titans of the businesses through his views in his book, The Wealth of Nations. In his novel, Adam Smith encouraged the ideas of laissez-faire, let the people do as they choose, which is in layman's terms that the government shouldn't interfere in business. He developed the ideas of free market capitalism. Supply, demand, and profit margins determine what and how much businesses produce.
And now we're back with Adam Smith. Now, Adam, your new book, The Wealth of Nations, just came out. What were you thinking when you wrote this book?
Well, you see, Megan, I was thinking about how the government affects the market and businesses.
Now, what about the government and the market do you disagree with?
You see, Megan, that's just it. The government should not intervene with the market.
Well, thank you for being on the show today, Adam.
Thank you.
I hope this sells well.
John D. Rockefeller is the richest man in American history. He is the first person to establish a monopoly. A monopoly or trust is when a group of companies turn control of their stock over to a common board of trustees. The trustees then run all the companies as a single enterprise. The Sherman Antitrust Law was later established to prevent monopolies. Monopolies eliminated competition. Standard Oil was a holding company to 20 separate companies. A holding company is a company or firm that owns other companies' outstanding stock. Rockefeller used vertical integration, which is similar to a conglomerate. A conglomerate is a combination of two or more corporations engaged in entirely different businesses that fall under the corporate group, usually involving a parent company and many subsidiaries.
Another titan who used vertical integration was the steel giant Andrew Carnegie. Carnegie immigrated from Scotland to America at the age of 12, where he began his first job working at a cotton mill. When he was 17, Carnegie was a secretary to a railroad company's superintendent, and he was quickly promoted. Carnegie then used the money he had earned to invest in several ventures. These investments provided him with the capital to enter into the oil and steel business. Carnegie didn't know much about making steel, but he knew about business. He reduced the production cost by buying supplies in bulk and producing goods in large quantities. Cornelius Vanderbilt, America's leading railroad industrialist, used Carnegie steel to build his railroads. This created a pool, which in the business world is a union of different companies that work together to make a profit. Andrew Carnegie eventually sold Carnegie Steel to investment banker J.P. Morgan for $480 million. Morgan also bought Edison Electric and renamed it General Electric.
Another titan was Jay Gould, the quintessential robber baron. A robber baron is a business person who uses exploitative practices to amass their wealth. Gould was a successful stock manager who earned $71 million from trading railroad stock. He was a bookkeeper for a blacksmith, and in a year the blacksmith offered Gould half interest in the shop, which he later sold to his father.
The industrialist Henry Ford was one of the most well-known titans of the Gilded Age. Ford came up with the concept, the horseless carriage that will revolutionize the method of transportation forever. In 1896, he presented the Ford quadricycle to Thomas Edison, and Edison encouraged Ford to develop a better model. In 1908, Henry Ford released the Ford Model T. Ford was able to sell millions of cars by developing the assembly line, which allowed him to mass-produce several cars in a short amount of time.
J.P. Morgan is another notable titan of his time. Unlike other titans, Morgan was born into wealth. He was educated at the University of Göttingen in Germany. He then went directly into banking with none other than his own father. He invested in Edison Electric in 1887, which later became General Electric. Soon enough, he had his own firm and was helping bail out the railroad in the Panic of 1893. From that, he benefited by being a stockholder in the railroad companies he helped out. He then took over the steel industry in 1898. Then in 1907, he bailed out the government a second time. In 1912, he was investigated for his multiple monopolies. He was also an unhappy secret investor in some of Nikola Tesla's first projects.
Mr. Carnegie, how are you doing, old chap? Last time I heard, JP bought out Carnegie Steel. Well, yes. I'm glad to see you are doing well. Standard Oil is doing well. Our profit margins are amazing. And did you hear? I am the wealthiest man in America.
That is good to hear, Mr. Rockefeller. I have decided to use my money for more charitable reasons.
Here's some for you. Here's some for you. And no, not for you.